once a dare to dive deep into comics. Nothing can compare from Gotham's Dark Knight to Marvel's mighty Thor. We'll break it down, leave you wanting more. Separate you on a ride where heroes and villains clash side by side. Whether it's DC or Marvel.
Oh my God. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the InnerCityGeeks podcast. It's Steve here, and this is episode 363. And joining me today on this lovely Sunday, we got Brian
What's up, everybody?
and we got Alex.
I don't know if I'm having issues with my mic or whatever now, so bear with me.
Okay, no worries, no worries. Take your time. If you want to jump on and jump back off or whatever the fuck you want to do, we
Okay,
are
yeah,
here.
I may have to do that.
Okay. So it's been a while. It's been a while since we recorded.
Yeah, it's been a
It's
couple of
been
weeks.
it's been a few weeks actually. Yeah, it has been a long time. Hey, Mario in the chat, he's just super excited over there. Yay. Hey, buddy.
Yay. Hey, buddy.
So what's going on, dude? It's again, it's been a while. So how you been, Brian? What you been up to?
Been busy, been working, been hooked on my PlayStation 5. Yeah, that's right. I finally got a PlayStation 5, everybody. Uh,
Woohoo!
I had a birthday. I'm 45. I'm
Mm.
45 now.
Yeah, we call it the cult edition.
I
the cult of Brian.
Yeah, well, no, well, I don't know if we want to say it like that because his ethnicity does not help that.
You never know.
uh yeah, just been hanging out, just watching some things and you know just relaxing whenever I can.
Oh, good. Relaxing is a
Yeah,
good thing. Even
relaxing is a
even if
very
it's
good thing.
just for the slight moments, that's a good
Yeah,
thing.
for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's see things I've watched. As I said to you right before we started, watched the second season of Fubar with Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
Uh, basically, basically it's like True Lies, which is great because it's just a goofball comedy series, and that movie was a goofball movie, you know. So like
Okay.
it really does feel the same. Um, aside from that, I caught up on the Bear, so fully watched that fourth season in entirety. I am currently watching Squid Game season 3.
Okay.
Started that yesterday. That's intense already. Uh,
Nice.
yeah. Uh, I'm sure I've seen other things. I don't recall right now because it's been a while.
Been a
Fair.
while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
that's about all I got for the time being.
Nice. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're alive. I'm glad
Yeah.
it's been. I'm glad we're getting a chance to catch up. You know.
Yeah, I'm glad to be alive too.
Hell yeah, dude. Glad for the Bryce.
Yes.
Yes. So Alex, what's good, dude?
Hanging and banging, hanging and banging.
Hanging
Minus
and
the
banging is fun.
minus the banging, but whatever.
Just a whole lot of hanging.
Yeah, just status quo with everything. From the last time we recorded, which I'm trying to remember when exactly was that? Was it like what 2-3 weeks?
It's been more than that.
All right, so from the last time, let's see, movies that I've seen, I finally got to see Novocaine and Companion.
Novocaine
So
is fun, and the companion is awesome.
yeah, and then I know from the
I'm
last
gonna watch that later.
yeah, so I know the last time we talked, I also saw Love Hurts. Like I know Brian wasn't a big fan of that or whatever, but I really enjoyed the hell out of that movie. And then what was it? Novocaine was a fun watch. the ending was awesome. Like,
And all
companion was better than what I expected.
and with Novocaine, like all practical effects too,
Yeah.
which I really like, respect. Like even that last moment at the end, that was
Yeah.
practical.
Oh, dude, that ending or whatever was amazing. Like, well, not the ending per se, but the climax of the movie.
Yeah. Climaxes are fun. You gotta have a good climax.
Good night, everybody, and the geek shall inherit the earth. No, but yeah, but then another well, a movie I went to go, well, technically not a movie, but I went to the theaters with our family members Tan and Mario to go see Dandaran, which is was anime that technically what it is that they show the first couple episodes of the new season, which actually supposed to come out sometime either next week or the following. So
Okay.
so it was one of those things of like, the like a teaser of like what's to come.
Right, of course.
And it was just so much fun hanging with those two. The last time I got to hang out with Mario was the last convention in person, and then the last time I hung out with Tan was maybe a few months prior when I went to go visit her at her job.
Right.
So just hanging out with those two, whatever, was just awesome. Like, it was just amazing hanging out with two wonderful individuals.
That's awesome, dude. That's
Yeah,
awesome. I'm glad you got to hang out with them.
yeah, and then as a
Also, also shout out to them because I haven't spoken to
Yeah,
them in some
absolutely.
time.
yeah. Oh, and then the other thing I should have mentioned is that I actually got to hang out with Brian in person after, like,
Yeah,
yeah, so
Ooh.
that was a blast too.
that
Bri-
was.
Brian or whatever, my man's grill master, like, trying to show off his skills,
Yep.
and like my man became like super dad. The only thing that he should have had was I forget
A
the name
cake?
of the beer from King of the Hill.
Um,
He would have been like, I'm gonna grill a steak. I'll tell you what. But yeah, but that was actually a fun time. The only thing that was annoying was that commute from the Bronx to Staten Island. Like if I had cab money, I would have just gone and come back because it would have been like, maybe pushing 40
Yeah.
something minutes. But public transportation, the only thing that sucks is weekend scheduling. And
Yeah.
yeah, it takes like a
us
day and a
all,
half to get around.
oh, dude, the only thing that was like really cool when it came to that was that when I got to the ferry, the boat was like right there. So I
That's a
was
good
at
thing.
least, yeah, so at least I was able to get on the ferry, no problem, real quick. And
Right.
while I was there, since I never had my morning coffee, to find out that now during the day, the Staten Island ferry has like a mini Dunkin' Donuts inside of it. So they have coffees and
Ooh.
donuts. So of course,
Nice.
like I wanted a coffee, so I got to especially because it was like one of those really, really hot days.
It was the
I,
start. It
Nice.
was the start to the hot streak
yeah,
that we had.
yeah, the beginning of the heat wave. And it's not the
Nice.
ECW one, which would have been the cool one, but whatever.
That would have been a really cool one, yeah.
That would have been a
Yeah.
great one.
Yeah, so it was Heat Wave 2025, right?
Yeah.
With the main event being Tommy Dreamer versus Just Incredible, but whatever.
Mm.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
But
You-
no, but in all seriousness, so I got myself a coffee and a couple of Boston creams because my favorite donuts.
Of course.
Uh, then by the time I got to Staten Island, one of the goals that I wanted to do before heading to Bryan was that I wanted to hit up, because from the last time that I've been on the ferry in whatever in the area, when you come in Staten Island, they used to have a Dairy Queen.
yeah. It's
And
gone.
yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I didn't realize it was gone until after coming back from visiting Brian, because I was like, you
Mhm.
know what? Let me see if I can hit that up. To find out that there are only maybe less than a handful of Dairy Queens open, but one of them not being in the Staten Island, ferry in Staten Island.
Well, there's a Dairy Queen over here.
Well, yeah, I can't go to
There's one
fucking
literally
Florida.
like in like walking distance from here.
Yeah, yeah. So Steve likes to rub it in, asshole. Uh,
Yeah. It's
so
like
yeah,
airplane. It's like airplane
Sometimes,
distance for
sometimes.
me and Alex.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
exactly, exactly. So
you
it's
know,
only
like
it's only it's only a couple hours. It's only
Yeah.
exactly. It took you 3 hours to get to Brian. It takes you 3 hours to come here.
Just more
yeah,
expensive.
yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe
just a bit,
like
just a bit more, just a bit more.
just maybe if anything or whatever, like, if I had, like if we've gotten that deal from this podcast or whatever, our rights to, probably could have gotten the money or whatever, if, put it into traveling expense, but can't do that now.
Right, of course. No, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, yeah, but in all seriousness though, like, it was a fun hangout. Like, it was long overdue, and
Yeah, for
you know it.
sure.
And what I will admit though is, like, Brian is a very welcoming individual. That he was like the most wonderful host, and you know getting to see his mom after such a long time, because I met his mom in person years ago, right? And she was very nice to me. And then when I came through right away, like, I guess maybe because Brian always talks with us, talks about us to her. So she
Hmm.
already knows who we are. So right
Right.
away when she saw me, she was like very welcoming or whatever, very motherly, of course. Of course, she's
Well, that's
Brian's
cool. That's
mom, but
cool.
it was one of those things where I think I've mentioned it in the past that I'm going through some personal stuff that I don't bring up here.
Yeah.
But
No, of
but
course.
that
That, that's
but that
perfectly
day,
fine. You don't gotta
yeah,
go over everything.
but that day going over there was like a nice escape. Like, just to
Nice.
decompress,
Hmm.
good food, good people. And then I met one of Brian's new best buddies, and they were, it was him, his girl, and his girl, girl's daughter, and they were all
Yeah.
very nice. So, it was just wonderful. The one thing that I thought was funny when it came to, I finally got to meet, Brian's kids in person, and I was introduced as Uncle Alex. So,
Aw.
um, his daughter Charlotte came out of nowhere and asked me one question, which everybody started laughing when I replied to it. So she goes, "Are you a Mister?" And I go, "I should certainly hope so." Everybody started, just started bawling in laughter.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I like that. I think that was just the like the highlight. Like, it was just so random but hilarious.
That's a good one though. That's a real good one.
that was
Yeah,
fun. And so,
yeah.
That's good,
like,
man. That's good.
I didn't expect to be cooking all that too. Like, I knew I had a plan. I was like, oh, burger. I was originally thinking steaks, you know, but then I changed it to burgers and hot dogs. And so,
Hmm.
like, I cooked for the amount of people that were here, the proper amount of food, um, and like my friend comes by with his girlfriend and daughter and the dog, and
Oh yeah, that's right. Hercules, Hercules.
oh yeah, uh,
Oh, there was another moment that was just hilarious. I mean, I feel kind of bad because I was almost witness to the safe way of saying a grape scene.
Nice. Nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
so Hercules or whatever still has everything, and
yeah,
Brian's dog,
Oh, he still
Brian,
has the stuff. Oh
yeah,
boy.
yeah. So Brian's dog, is an older gentleman or whatever that's been fixed and everything, and Hercules, almost,
his
went for the
his.
football play, if you will, went for the mount, and
It,
Griffin's face, which I wish I was taking a picture, was like, "What is going on here?" And mind you, this
uh,
poor dog or whatever is like part, like, he's blind. Was it blind, right?
yeah,
Yeah, so he's blind or whatever, hard of hearing, and this dog is just like with the face like, "What is this?" Like,
yeah.
so
Let's
like
just.
I'm laughing at the same time. Hercules'
It's pretty
owner
funny.
John
It's pretty
was like,
fucking funny.
sounded like, trying to dismount Hercules off a Griffin. I was like, oh my god,
And,
this dog or
uh,
whatever just had to deal with core memory trauma.
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
That's gonna happen.
that's your story, grape.
Yeah, that's the name of the episode.
Uh,
Actually, no, that's bad. Like,
that's
Yeah, yeah. That's not.
I
That's not a
retract
good point.
I retract my my suggestion.
Yeah. It's
uh,
not. It's not. It's not a good. It's not a good place to say it. Yeah.
Oh, but
uh,
no, but in all seriousness, though, like, like, oh my god, like, like after they left, I stood for a while because, like I said, I haven't hung out with Brian for a while, so
yeah.
spending time with Brian, just chilling out, and Griffin was like, let loose to walk around and kind of decompress from the from the situation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that, like,
He's like, I feel
he
so
was
much better.
yeah, yeah, there's no dog trying to stoop me.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, but it was a great, a great visit. But I will say this though, so
Nice.
after leaving, leaving Brian's and heading back, the everything kind of came out Millhouse in a sense that when I got to the station to take the train to the ferry, right? The
Mhm.
train,
Hmm.
like when I got to the station, it was like 1 minute before the train was coming. So like right as I got up the stairs, and I was walking like towards the front so I can, try to maneuver my way close to the exit. So when I get to the ferry, I could just go straight through.
Yep.
Hmm.
Right. So like it was great that, I was like, all right. So the train was like right there. Mind you, since it was, balls hot day, right? That train, when those doors open, was like a kiss from an angel, dude. Like,
Nice.
like, like that fresh air when you boop, boop.
Yep.
So
Yeah, yeah, yep, yep, yep. I know
so
exactly what it is.
the angel went, ah,
And
ooh,
did
Just
you
you.
get?
blessed you. Just blessed you nicely.
I
Yeah.
forget if I asked. Did you get the more like modern train where it's
Yeah.
like all lit up and those uncomfortable yellow seats?
Yes. Both
That's
going, both
yeah,
getting to you and returning to the ferry. Yes.
yeah. Those have been the new trains. The other ones are still used, but what they did was they also repositioned the doors. So like the door at the end of the train car, uh, they positioned it where it used to be where those yellow seats are. There used to be a bench over there, sort of like trains in the city. Um, and then they switched it out when they did the redesign. What I do like though is that now when I take that train like last night, because I took the ferry back last night, and I I go through the door that's right at the stairs to go down, so like I don't need to walk anywhere.
Nice.
Like yeah, it's just straight down. Um,
Very cool.
Well,
yeah,
also the plus is with new trains means new air system.
oh yeah, for sure.
Which is
Um,
a good thing.
Oh,
that's
which
a
is a
very good.
great thing, especially with the fucking heat. I want to go, I want to put out a statement right now saying that this is the worst time of year. I don't care what anybody says. Fuck summer.
Nice.
Worst time of
uh,
year.
See, it was just hard because I was also grilling in that heat.
Yeah, Brian got a tan or whatever.
Yeah,
I
man.
I was kind of scared for him because I was thinking he was gonna get all lobstery.
Nice, yeah.
I grilled a lot. Like I did 13 cheeseburgers, 10 hot dogs, and 6 steak.
Jesus.
All delicious.
Yeah, and then I had to, and then I had to clean the grill after.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a benefit of actually having to do shit at home.
Yeah, that's what I was doing today too. It was just my mom and I, so like I grilled a little bit. Oh, Charlie's
Nice.
going to Middle Asia
Yeah, Charlie's going to Middle Asia right now. He's
because
headed to the airport because his flight is at like 10 o'clock or something like that.
yeah, because
Yeah, safe travels, brother.
school's out. Safe travels, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
Um,
Our brother
Yes.
Charlie, I love that dude to death, man. He's
oh,
such
me
Yeah,
a
too.
good
man.
dude.
Yeah, man. It
Now,
sucks that
Charlie,
I'm not gonna yeah.
it's a Charlie Kiss ass hour now. This thing, like Charlie's
It's okay. It's
amazing.
okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Charlie, it's like the unicorn thing.
Ah,
He's one of the founding fathers over here. So yeah, that
yeah.
happens.
He's the young bucks.
Yeah,
Ah,
exactly. Exactly.
My
Yeah.
mine is actually has talent.
uh,
You know what though? Like listen, those who like the young bucks or whatever, you can like them, whatever. They're just in the words of my brother's dude's cousin, it's just not my style.
That's fine.
yeah,
It's
it's
not for
fine.
everybody.
Not for everybody.
Oh, and
I used to like them, but they became really overrated. More so.
It's not that they're overrated. There's too much. They're just everywhere. There's too there.
They let the money get to their head. They're a little bit too obnoxious now.
But that's kind of their character.
well,
They're
that's
kind
the
of
gimmick
playing
that
into it.
they're portraying now too. Like like that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah,
I
they're playing
guess.
into it, so
Like it's
it's
kind of
working.
no
It's working.
the way that I say it is that this is the safe McMahon gimmick.
Yeah, it really is.
But yeah, oh, so now going back, so another thing that I watched was I watched Terminator Zero,
Nice.
that Netflix cartoon mini series or whatever you want to call it,
Mm-hmm.
and that was actually a lot better than I expected. What I liked about this one is that this had like it had to do with the Terminator franchise, but it had nothing to do with or Sarah Connor.
Oh, good. It's
So
about time.
yeah. So the basic premise of it is that there was this guy that created a system to go against Skynet.
Okay.
And you find out in the beginning that apparently in the future that one of the people that got sent back to stop this was that apparently in their future this system helps Skynet to to go through.
Oh, so instead of killing it, it built onto it.
Yeah, yeah, or like they tag team player.
It built onto it. Yeah.
Yeah, so but but then they go Becky Tim, and what I thought this was cool was that this was like 90s Japan.
Okay.
So because of this, right, this scientist or whatever, in the beginning you find out that this dude created this program. I forget the name of the program, but of course it's an AI, and he built this system to try to you know to prevent Judgment Day from happening.
Okay.
So in this thing or whatever the hell is that they prolonged Judgment Day from happening in Japan, but everywhere else it happened.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
yeah. So it was one of those things where like I don't want to spoil like the whole thing, but it was a cool story. You could kind of figure it out what was going on, and I don't know what the hell is going on. Then in the background, everything just seems getting louder.
I don't know.
All right, but yeah, so the ending was kind of cool because it left it open, like you don't know what's gonna happen next, but something is gonna happen.
Hmm.
So yeah, it was a fun watch. Like I would say this when it comes to the Terminator franchise, like I always say like anything adjacent to it or whatever is always always has some sort of fun watch to it. Like how you have like
Mario says that the name of the program was Kokoro.
Kokoro.
Yeah, Kokoro. Kokoro.
Yeah, there you go. And yeah, and it was like I said that like it was a really fun watch. So
Okay. Okay. I gotta give it a shot. I haven't watched
I
it
I think it's like
actually.
either 6 or 8 episodes. So and they're like half an hour
Really?
each.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things
That's
where
not
like
bad.
yeah. So like
Yeah. So it's like watching like two movies.
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. Like like I would say like this. Like you could probably watch it during work, which I'm not telling you to do, but I'm not telling you to do.
Oh no, I get it, dude. I get it.
Yeah. So, and then of course, continuation watching One Piece or whatever. And then there's another anime I mentioned before that I was watching that the like the finale or whatever actually came out
Hmm.
last night. I still haven't got to watch it yet. So,
Okay.
because of the weird sleeping patterns that I've been having lately for the personal stuff that
Sleep,
I
right?
just
Sleep.
yeah, lack thereof, and sleeping during the day, which I rather sleep during the day because it's fucking hot, and thank you air conditioning. But yeah, and then when like playing video games and stuff like that, of course, still Pokemon, playing random raids with my friend Marlon, and I do want to say I finally got my ticket, so I'm going to go see the Gun Superman on the 12th.
The Gun
Nice.
Superman.
Yeah, James Gunn Superman.
Uh,
I'm
Yeah,
I just
excited
never
for it.
considered it. I never considered it being called the Gun Superman.
well,
Well,
you have
everybody, yeah,
Snyderverse Superman, so
and everybody's trying
Eh,
to be like, "Oh, this is such a downgrade." No, Man of Steel and all those Henry
was
Cavill
trash.
movies was
Man of
awful.
Steel was trash.
well, the only thing that what was it? The second one was better because he introduced the greatest comic book character ever into it, Batman. I'm just saying.
Um,
Minus the whole, why you say that name? Why you say that name?
Yeah,
Man
like
of Steel was trash,
Man of Steel was
and
trash.
Dawn of Justice was okay.
I didn't
Dawn
care.
of Justice, no, Dawn of Justice was trash, but the extended cut that was re-released was okay, which doesn't make it a good movie because
No.
they had to add in half an hour and then stretch it all out.
And like
You know what's kind of funny? I still have
everything that
not watched
followed
the
was
Snyder
terrible
Cut
too.
of Justice League.
What'd you say, Brian?
I said, and everybody, like every other movie that followed that was terrible. I still refuse to ever watch those two Wonder Woman movies because
The first one is really good.
I just
Wonder
don't
Woman is
like
good. The first one is
The
good.
first one good. The second one or whatever that right there was
Yeah.
whatever was it just a
There's too much going on in that one.
Gal
Well,
Gadot could not act for shit.
well she was
But do you
picked
really
for
need
the look.
do you really need to act to do a Wonder Woman? She, honestly, like she doesn't really do much. I'm sorry to say it. She has a lasso.
And
That's all she does.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
And
It's a hot take, but
Flash,
yeah.
the Flash had its moments, but the rest of the movie was trash.
Well, the Flash, what made it great was the return of best Batman, fucking Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to earlier when I was like, oh, I probably remember what the hell I watched. Yeah, I watched the Minecraft movie.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude.
Well, that's because my kids wanted to see what it was like because they have the McDonald's Happy Meal thing of
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
it's like a pink sheep. Um, it was one of those movies where like I couldn't turn it off because it was just like I
You
need
had
to
no
know
other
what happens
choice.
next. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even when they stop paying attention to it for a minute, I'm like, it's just on because it's just weird. It would have been good high.
Oh my
Okay, that
god.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Good going. Thank you for the suggestion, Brian. I think I know what to do now. Next in the next couple days or whatever.
Just get high and go to sleep is what you're trying to say?
No, just get high and watch Minecraft to see how, maybe, for Jack Black so I can hear, like old Toasty. La 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 lava chicken.
Or just to have him go, I am Steve.
Like, no, Steve's
Yeah,
right
that
here
works
recording
too.
with us.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But speaking, you mentioned another movie I did watch was that Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up.
Oh, how's that?
It is a lot better than I expected, and I enjoyed it. Like, is it like the best thing ever? No, but
Of course not.
it's a fun watch
Okay.
because
And that was in theaters or is it online somewhere?
no, it's on Max.
Oh, okay. I gotta check that out then.
This is part of the whole thing that Ketchup bought the
Yeah,
rights to. Hence why we're getting Coyote versus Acme next year.
yeah. Which that one
Hmm.
I'm really looking forward to because the premise is fucking amazing.
It's
Interesting.
But yeah, but that, like I said, fun watch. Greatest movie ever? No. But yeah, I was entertained by
It's
it,
Looney
and there was
Tunes, dude.
certain movies, certain movies that I watched recently, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm glad that this was just there randomly because I watched this after watching The Night of Champions,
Nice.
and I was telling you before we started recording, Night of Champions or whatever, it was all right. Everything was
Meh.
kind of
It was meh. It was
it was
meh.
it was all right. Like
It was meh.
I enjoyed like 2.5 matches.
like
Again, it was meh.
I'm glad I was at work when that happened.
But yeah, even though a lot of people were like already kind of knew this was gonna happen, that finally Hikuleo came out,
It's about time.
and then what is it? The main event of Punk versus Cena. I will say this though, I kind of
Meh.
enjoyed it, but the clusterfuck at the end, CM Punk almost dying, and the botched table spot.
Meh.
You watched it, right?
I did.
Did
And
you
that's why I keep
did
saying meh. The
no,
whole
but I'm
thing
saying,
was meh.
but did you see that like CM Punk almost dying?
Yeah, that's all.
Oh man.
He died in
But
the place he'd never wanted to go to.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. No, but the Night of Champions was it was mid, dude. It wasn't anything
Dude,
like.
I feel kind of bad saying it like this, but it just seems like any pay per view that, oh, I'm sorry, premium live event
Hmm.
that's in Saudi, it's just kind of like it just seems like it's phoned in.
It's a
Oh, for
cash
sure.
grab, dude. It's literally a fucking cash grab.
Hmm.
It's never like, oh my god, it's so good.
I mean, the only thing that I will say when it came to this was like, to me, you know, the woman street fight was actually like,
It was a fun match. That was a
yeah,
fun match.
that one I really enjoyed, but that table spot scared the hell out of me because I mentioned to you,
Yeah,
Steve,
yeah.
that when Rhea came off doing the riptide to Raquel,
Mm-hmm.
like the
She
way
could have
that
hurt
she had
herself.
her
Yeah,
leg,
yeah.
like when she was coming down, all I kept thinking was Sid Vicious and fucking WCW. I forgot the name of the pay per view, but when Sid broke his leg.
Mm-hmm.
But when she landed, the way that she landed to cover, to like, I was like, oh, thank goodness she landed like that.
Yeah. She. Yeah.
Like she might have like jarred her knee a little bit on it or whatever,
Of
but
course.
better that than breaking her own fucking shin.
Yeah. About that, right? Yeah. Yeah. No bueno. No bueno.
But yeah, but that one for what it was worth, I was like, all right, like like I was like, all right, I saw this, and then that's when I watched the day Earth flew up, and then last night, actually, before talking with Brian, because Brian, we talk almost, we talk almost every other day sometimes. That
Yeah.
I decided to be nostalgic, and I was watching old school episodes of Pee Wee's Playhouse because they have that on Max too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it is, but just watching nostalgic things that kind of like shaped me to be the person I am from when I was a kid, it's kind of a fun watch. Now, am I gonna
Yeah.
say this is like peak television? No, but it's fun as fuck.
It was
It's
And then
peak
iconic
television.
for its
People. It's
time.
it's
yeah,
it's exactly
and
exactly.
watching it now with adult eyes, just to see the shit that he got away with, like but it was like it was all it was like light adult humor that it
Yeah.
wasn't to push any envelopes, but but at the same time to push an envelope to like to make it like like why does he have
But you also got to remember, like back then, the sensors were a whole lot tighter than they are now.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
standards and practices were a lot different back then versus now.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
But yeah, but stuff that he got away with or whatever, and like I said, it wasn't anything like like he was like, oh my god, what a fucking deviant. Like, no, it was just like
No, it was
like
just
like
smart.
like like lighthearted humor that was just
Yeah.
like, all right, like okay, I get it, like and then
I like
after watching Pee Wee as himself, if you watch that two part,
that was a beautiful documentary.
oh dude, that
I
ending
gotta see that.
fucking got me all bitch, dude. Like
Hmm.
especially to see him before he died, like mortality, that he didn't look like you could still see Paul Rubens there, but
Yeah.
that, but like it was just like, damn, Pee Wee's old, and that it kind of hurt. And to mind you of how much of a like really ultimately what a good person that he was, like of course his humor was different, like but in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it just sucked that like for him to go forward in his career, that he gave up so much of himself in his personal life,
Yeah.
Hmm.
because he wanted to move forward, and that I get. It's just a shame, like let's say for example, if he was someone that would have, like, if let's say if he was younger and would have came out this kind of generation or whatever, maybe he would have still been famous, but it wouldn't have been as impactful as it was that when he did, you know, debut himself in the 70s
Yeah.
and 80s.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
For
Like
sure.
if you go back and watch, I mean, talking about watching it with adult eyes, the Christmas special, and they brought it up, he had a room full of fruitcake. Your favorite dessert is fruitcake, which is like, the iconic term for homosexuals back
Hmm.
in the 80s.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
then
Yeah.
what is it? The lifeguard or whatever always just wearing the the whatever the chunk speedos or whatever, just
Hmm.
always
Yeah.
around shirtless. It's just like, man, because it was because you can. I can have that on my show.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, but that was a great watch too. Like and like I said, that ending of when you saw him, just
Hmm.
before the end, like like I was bawling because like I said, this dude when I was growing up, Pee Wee
He
was
was a
that,
hero. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was a person that as a kid growing up, like being like the term now, of course, geek.
Hmm.
Just being someone who loved like cartoons and and all these other stuff like that. That it was okay to be different.
Yeah.
And to this day, it was one of those things where like it's just like I wish I would have been able to say thank you for shaping me to become the person I am. I mean, I did get to see him at one of the last panels that he did at Comic-Con years back.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was like an hour spotlight, just him talking about different things, and that was
Nice.
like, I wish I'd have recorded like the thing, but I got a couple of pictures, like like from afar, because of course, when that panel came up, everybody went to that fucking panel.
Of course.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fucking Pee Wee.
Yeah. So, but it was that was like that's like one of those things that I will never forget when it comes to like my convention experiences and life experiences.
Nice.
So yeah. So
Very
yeah.
cool.
So what you been up to, Steve? Because we went on for a minute.
It's all good. It's all good. I think I just looked it up. Like the last time we did an episode was about a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's been a lot that's happened this month. I think the last thing before we recorded was Metallica,
Hmm.
which was fucking
Lucky.
fantastic. It was 2 days.
And
Um,
two different complete sets.
two completely different sets.
I
Not
love
a
that.
single song was repeated both days.
I love that. That's their new thing.
Yeah, two completely different songs, two completely different sets. Absolutely fantastic. I got to meet the entire band because I was in charge of the artist walkway.
You got to meet all
So
of Metallica.
yeah,
You son of a bitch.
I got to meet all of them. I got to meet all of Ice Nine Kills, all of Pantera, all of Suicidal Tendencies, and all of what was the other band?
Limp
Limp
Bizkit.
Bizkit. Yeah,
You got to meet
Oh,
Fred Durst.
yeah.
well, he was part of one of Fred.
I was
It
in
was in one of
Fred
his reels.
Durst's. Yeah, I was in one of his reels.
No shit.
And what I thought was funny was the big smile from Steve because it seemed like nobody knew who Fred Durst was, but Steve did.
Yeah, yeah, because
And,
he can't
and
because it was before everything happened. So he walks out into the stadium because what
Hmm.
they did, the way they have it set up for those that don't know is that they have a round in the middle of the field. So it's basically a big old stage that's a
Hmm.
round stage, so they're able to go around the whole thing, and they have a pit inside of it, and then this
Oh
jello
wow.
mission outside of it.
I don't know why you just made me think about Exhibit for a second. We're gonna put a pit in a pit.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, pretty much. But I was in charge of the walkway because, of course, how do they get out there? They need to have a special way to walk through
Hmm.
from one part of the stadium to go out into the middle. So I was in charge of that section where they come out of as they walk into the stadium, into the field. So I got to meet everybody as they walked out through and when they came back.
It's dope.
It's a beautiful time.
No,
Beautiful
but
time.
yeah, but going back to it though, like when Fred Durst talked to Steve with the Rick this grin, like just so happy,
Yeah,
like
I did have a big old
Fred
smile on my
Durst
face.
acknowledged me. I could die happy. Well, I guess it would be nice
Yeah, because
if Fred Durst
yeah,
just
yeah.
talked to me.
And he did. He spoke to me for a second or whatever. He was like,
Yeah,
he
but
He,
was
that,
telling
but
me
but
hot
that,
as fuck out there
but
because it
like
was hot as fuck
that
that day.
yeah, but but he was like from what I saw and everything like that from the reel, like he was really cool with everybody. Like he was just just chill.
did he
Yeah,
acknowledge you, Steve? Did he
he's
did
a very
Yeah,
humble dude.
he put the one up for Steve too.
did,
Yeah,
did he
yeah.
acknowledge you as the
He gave
OTG?
me I was the OC. Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah,
OTG, the original tribal geek.
yeah. The
Yeah.
OTG. Yep,
Oh, that's the
yep,
name of the episode.
yep. That was the
OTG,
OTG.
original tribal geek.
Yep, 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 yep.
Oh man, fucking Brian, I
I
love it.
was the OCG. The OCG, the original City Geek. Yep.
There you
Nice.
go.
Yeah. But yeah,
And
it
actually,
was
you're not
really
wrong because you are day one ish.
yeah, not ish. Yeah, but
But
yeah,
we we could say day one shit, but we want to sell
yeah,
T-shirts
yeah,
to the childrens.
yeah. We could do that. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. That's not a bad idea. It's not a bad
No,
And
it's
idea.
not.
now on the InnerCityGeeks.net shop. Oh, dude.
Yeah, yeah. But
Honestly, like when things get better, we got to start coming up with ideas for
Merch.
merchandising.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, yeah. That's something that's always been in my mind. And I was actually Mario was texting me about that the other day too. So
Yeah, because I think what I mentioned before, and I think we did something before of it that at least like a button, like for like so we can pass it around conventions and
well,
stuff.
we got stickers.
Yeah, and then like the next step would be like buttons or enamel pins.
And then later, like T-shirts,
We'll figure
sweatshirts,
something
and
out. We'll
hats.
figure something out.
We can
Yeah,
powwow this or
t-shirts for
whatever.
sure. T-shirts
Yeah,
for sure. We could definitely do something like that,
yeah, because I know what is it,
like
Brian?
on demand press type shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, it was really cool to meet a lot of the bands. Each day was absolutely fucking amazing. Um, I
minus
can't
the weather.
complain. It was fucking great. Well, that's fucking Florida. It's always gonna be fucking hot.
Yeah, you're right.
It never fails. Like it's always hot. You just got to drink a shit ton of water, balance it out with some liquid IV. You'll be fine.
It's always muggy in Florida. That's
It really is. It really is.
it's always
But
muggy.
it was a fun
I love
time.
that.
It's always muggy in Florida.
Yeah, minus Charlie Day.
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time for Metallica. Then after that, I also worked Bonnaroo, which was fun up in Tennessee.
That's
Big
right.
music
Yeah.
festival. Big music festival. Big
Yeah.
4 days, I think it was. Yeah,
Well,
4
it was
days because
supposed to be 4 days, but
no, 4 days I was there for 4 days because I was there Tuesday night, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, actually 5 days because I was there until Saturday because they canceled it on Friday. After Friday night, they canceled it because it was just ridiculous rain on Friday, and then Saturday was the day that I drove out because I did a double on Friday. We drove out on Saturday to see that it was ridiculous. Everything was pretty much flooded on Saturday night.
it would have been like a
Um,
mud pit festival afterwards.
yeah. Even though a lot of it was a mud festival for the most part, because it was on a 400-acre farm or 400-acre land from people that they just rented out every year for Bonnaroo.
Huh.
Yeah. Who the fuck has 400 acres to just be like, oh yeah, here, have fun. But yeah, got to meet a lot of people, a lot of fucking people. It was a good time. It was a really good time. It's very different.
Yeah,
That
Steven, I know when you show me the list of the days of who was supposed to be there, right?
it's
And
an
like,
eclectic band,
yeah,
an eclectic amount of people that were there.
yeah, which was always names kept popping up, like why are they there with these people,
Okay,
kind of thing.
so here's the spectrum. Okay, you had Hosier, right, who was very
Huh?
poppy type dude. Hosier. Then there's one day there was not Metallica, Megadeth.
Oh wow.
Then Luke Combs,
Okay.
and another day it was Glorilla, who was huge, or Olivia Rodrigo,
Hmm.
super poppy artist,
Yeah.
and of course, there's just a little bit of everything for everybody there.
Hosier just played an event in New York, like 2-3 weeks back. I just don't remember the governor's ball.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Because my
fact that there
yeah.
are so many different artists there, so many different people, so many different walks of life, It's a very eye-opening experience.
Sounds like a
It was
fun
very
time.
cool. It is a fun time because a lot of people, obviously, like, we were working there, so there was no way of us just going back and forth from the event. So we were glamping. So we were in yurts.
Uh-huh.
For those that don't know, yurts is like huge, like
It's,
fucking.
it's a cylindrical.
It's a
It's
big
a
ass tent. It's a big ass tent,
just cylindrical.
essentially. No, this wasn't cylindrical. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
a rectangle or whatever.
I
Um,
only time I've been in a
but
yurt
they
was one that was converted into a bar a couple years ago.
nice, nice. So the yurt that I was in had 12 different cots in it.
Okay.
So it was 12 people per yurt, and it was fun. It wasn't bad. Like, the good thing is that, like, the majority of people that were in my yurt were had a different schedule than I did.
Okay.
I was working the day shift. I was the only one working the day shift. Everybody else worked the night shift.
Yeah, because
Nice.
everybody wanted to work while the show was going.
No, it wasn't. The show was going from 12 o'clock until 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, damn.
So 12 o'clock in the afternoon until 5 o'clock in the morning. So there was never a moment that there wasn't a show going on for the most part.
So basically, like a more stable Woodstock.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So much shit going on. So many ins and outs and everything. One day I was doing something different. Every day I was doing something different. So the one day that really stood out was I was doing car checks. So I was checking everybody's car before they came in.
Hmm.
The first day, the first car that I get is this lady. She's coming in or whatever. She's a vendor. So I'm like, okay, I gotta go through all your shit. So I'm going through her stuff, going through the entire car. I get to the back. I open up her suitcase. The first thing I see in the suitcase
Is a dead body.
is a vibrator.
Oh, great.
Well, she was gonna enjoy herself at the show one way or
Yeah,
another.
yeah. It was just there. I was like, "Yep, your car is good. I don't need to check anything else." That's
Madam, is
that's
this for business or for pleasure?
right. Yeah, I'm like, okay, cool. You're having a good time. Thanks for coming.
Later
Okay.
on, she did. I'm
um,
enjoying this show one way or another.
right, exactly. But yeah, that was one thing. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, I was not expecting to see a vibrator there.
Well,
Granted, yes, of course, people have
It
it
reminds me
everywhere.
of
People
the
do it all
scene.
the time.
It reminds me of the scene from fucking Fight Club. Uh, you know, when Marla, when after she having sex with this dude or whatever.
Tyler Durden. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
yeah, but before you find out that they're the same person. But yeah, but with Edward Norton, and then he notices it. He is like, you don't have to be scared of him.
Yeah,
what I love
but
about that movie, there was multiple different things she was gonna say, and they ended up with "I haven't been fucked like that since grade school."
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh man.
yeah. But that was one thing I wasn't expecting at all. What sucked is that it was also a 10-hour drive. 10 hours there, 10 hours back.
Oof.
After the double, I was like, okay, I'm gonna sleep the entire. I literally slept the entire way back. There were a couple times that I was in and out of sleep or whatever. I
Hmm.
went because we made stops or whatever. Went to
Yeah.
the bathroom, came back, got a bite to eat, went back into the car, into the van or whatever. It was a fun experience. It was a very fun experience. Um, would I do it again? Yeah, I really would. I really would, because it's a lot of cool people. It's a lot of cool people you meet out there. So it's definitely worth checking out. And then
Nice.
yesterday, I I worked the Pride Parade in St. Pete.
Nice.
I worked it last year, for the at the Vinoy Hotel. Um, And this year was different because they had me do something different. And last year I was in the front of the whole thing, but this year they put me in the back, making sure that nobody came into the hotel that weren't supposed to be there. And then also being that it was the employee parking area, making sure that
No
once it's
work.
full, nobody can come in.
And,
So we have to be like, yo, you gotta go park somewhere else. I can't park you anymore. I can't bring you in because there's no space.
even if you have a vibrator.
Yeah, even if you got a vibrator. Yep.
I mean, it would have made more sense during that escapade that you would have had to check the car, and that was theirs. Like,
Right,
up,
right.
you found my friend.
Yeah, yeah. Say hello to my little friend. Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like, sir and or madam. I don't think that's a little friend.
yeah, yeah. She took it for the team for sure. Um,
The geek shell Harris
uh,
here.
but yeah, it was very interesting time. But yesterday was cool. It was pretty chill. It wasn't too bad. It was a nice, easy day. Very easy, very
Nice.
chill, very relaxed. I think did I mention that I worked 3 nights of wrestling also last
You
time I
No,
was
you
didn't.
did.
on?
Well, you brought it
No.
up to us
Yeah.
outside the podcast, but you didn't mention it
Okay,
here.
so between all of that, I also worked at the Yingling Center where they had Saturday Night Main Event, NXT Battleground, and Monday Night Raw.
Nice.
All 3 days I worked something totally different. The first night I actually got to meet every single wrestler that came through because I was at the walkway from the arena to their trucks or their buses because the fence that they put up was blown away.
Oh shit.
The fence for some reason, yeah, it broke, and I had to make sure that the fans weren't coming through there to fuck with
Yeah.
the wrestlers. So yeah, I was stationed there for the entire night, and I got to meet everybody,
Who was your
which was
favorite?
awesome. Everybody was cool, and there was no favorite. Everybody was cool. And then the next day they had me just outside of this because they put it together or whatever, they fixed it, and I was interacting with fans. And this one fan was talking to me. We were literally talking all types of wrestling because he was like, he's huge into AEW, he's huge into WWE. I'm like, hey, cool. He had a Money in the Bank, a senior Money in the Bank briefcase with him,
Nice.
and he was trying to get it autographed and stuff. And I was like, yo, I highly doubt you're gonna get it autographed, but we'll just shooting the shit, talking around or whatever. And at the end of the night, I was like, yo, like I gotta go because it's time for me to go. He was
Yeah.
like, yo, you're an awesome dude. Sign my Money in the Bank.
Nice.
Sign it. So I signed it. I signed it in Mr. Jackal in the Shitty Geeks. And he was like, yo,
Nice.
let's take a picture. And we took a picture together. So that was a fun time.
It's always fun to
And
to
then
geek out when it comes to things, especially things that you like. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. It's a fun time. It's a
it's
fun
actually
time.
one of the fun things to do, like at an indie wrestling show. Like just
Yeah.
even though, like, let's say for example, you already know how, like, people like you and I, we our likes of wrestlers are totally different, and styles of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
to me, like, my peak wrestling will always be like nine like, well, old school wrestling, like late 70s, early 80s wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then of course,
A lot
like,
what people consider to be boring wrestling now.
yeah, even though, like, it was different, like a different style, like, it was more rugged, right? And
Yeah.
then to me, like, the other peak wrestling to me would be like, 90s, when strong style was starting to become a thing, and of
Mm-hmm.
course,
Mm-hmm.
like, like Japanese wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, so that's just, like I said, like, to me, that's like my opinion of peak wrestling. But am I saying I dislike the product nowadays or whatever? It's just not the same,
No,
It's
of course
not.
not.
and like I get the allure,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
like I said, it's just, it could be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is what it is. People love it. People still eat it up.
Well, I mean, like, I watch it because I've been watching wrestling for forever, so
Yeah.
It's just like there are certain matches that grab my attention and stuff like that. All right,
Yeah.
but
And
you know,
a lot that
like a
grabs
lot
your
of
attention doesn't grab my attention.
Hmm.
yeah, to me, like I will say this though, like I said, like going back to Night of Champions, that to me the best match was the woman street fight.
Yeah.
And then I will also say that the main event or whatever was very old school place, but it's just that ending since it was so botched that took it
It
like
was a May event. It was a May event.
yeah.
Yes, it was.
I,
It was. It was. You're agreeing with me. That's why you're not saying anything. You're like,
no,
yeah,
no,
you're
no. But
right.
what I'm
It
saying
was a
is
May event.
like if it wasn't for the botched spots at the end, and it was also like it was like too much, like like all the interferences and stuff. Like I get like part of it is for storyline purposes and all that stuff, but
Okay, I'm gonna say this because I've said this a few times. I said it to Charlie a couple times. I said it to. I think I said it to you, Alex. Like, I hate that every single main event, especially for WWE, has to have a bazillion fucking things at the end of the match.
oh,
Why are there so many fucking shenanigans?
are you talking about as Simon Miller calls it, the dig counter?
Yeah. What the fuck? Why? Why? There have to be so many fucking things. Why do they have to have so many interferences? So many things. Why'd you have to have 4 different referees come into the match?
Oh, dude, fucking Charles Robinson, fucking eating shit was fucking amazing.
And I'm gonna be,
That that
and
that that bump that bump that he
I'm gonna
took.
be fucking pissed. I'm gonna be pissed that nobody gets fucking any type of fucking repercussion for that.
Oh, you're talking about like
Yes,
the
Mario.
fine.
Yeah, I agree with Mario. Night of Champions was lame. Yes, it was not good. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm actually like I'm very iffy on fucking Saturday Night's main event because I do want to see, you know, even though a lot of people are still kind of pissed off on the whole thing with the whole you know Gunther rightfully getting back the title because, in my opinion, I was not interested in Jey Uso as champ.
Whatever. He deserved it for a minute, Like, yes, he's not the
I
best
mean,
solo
like
wrestler,
IC title, yes. The world title, no. And even
but they're
with
not
that or
even they're not
whatever,
even they're not even giving Sheamus the IC title. So what do you expect?
Right.
yeah, and that's like the one title that he needs so he can become a Grand Slam.
Exactly. They're not even giving him that, and they're just gonna be like, "Oh yeah, here, just give this stupid title to fucking to." None of these titles make shit, dude. They don't mean anything. They all
All right.
fucking
So then let me ask you this, since you mentioned the whole thing of like the Night of Champions. What do you think about Grand Slam Mexico?
it's a lot better than fucking Night of Champions.
I honestly I thought that was a mess. It was too much.
It was perfectly fine. It was way better than any fucking PLE that they've done this year so far.
And honestly, it was
And
very
this was live TV. This was regular TV.
and I love how I haven't watched it. I haven't watched any AEW in like forever, but like the fact that Hangman did a whole promo in Spanish.
Yeah.
That to me that to me is uh just better programming. Just that.
Yeah.
The little clips I've seen on Instagram and Twitter for Night of Champions, or as I was calling it, Day of Champions, because in New York it was like 1 o'clock. Uh,
Yeah.
so like nothing piqued interest to me. I'm like, oh great, they're pushing Sami Zayn. They they're burying Karrion Cross. Cool. All right, what's next?
Right.
Honestly, the way that I see it is that the only reason why Sane won is because it made the Saudis happy.
Yeah.
because he's he's like that, like if you notice or whatever, he's the one that gets one of the biggest pops of the night at that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the way that if the way that I see it, if they run this again, you
Hmm.
know, I don't know if it's going to be Tonight's main event or if it's going to be in SummerSlam. If it is in SummerSlam, then they get the Karrion Cross the big win, especially on that platform.
First off, Karrion Cross needs a big win. Period.
I mean, what is
He
it? The
deserves a big fucking win.
dude,
They
the
haven't done
last
shit with him forever.
the last win that I saw him get was actually on what is it? What's the name of the show? I think is it main event that they the YouTube show or whatever, when he went against one of the dudes from the LWO. I don't know if it
With the
was Joaquin.
speed,
No, not Speed. It's a show that they have, I think, on during the weekend.
yeah,
Uh,
whatever.
Main event.
A C show.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it would be like, okay, it would be the equivalent of, you remember how they used to have like shows on USA during the weekend? They'd be like
Yeah,
that all it really is like maybe one or two matches
it's the
and then
fucking opening
everything.
show. It's the
Oh,
opening shows.
Oh,
It's
oh, oh,
whatever
oh.
the openers
it,
for any
yeah,
show.
So
yeah, like
so ba- so
exactly.
ba- so basically, we're comparing this to Sunday Night Heat.
Well, that's exactly
Yeah,
what it is. Like that equivalent of whatever. That's where Karrion Cross is getting his wins and everything on those shows, which
Yeah.
kind of sucks. And then I will admit though, at least he's trying to maximize his minutes.
Yeah.
oh,
When
he is
when,
for
when he has
sure.
a little
They're
spot.
giving him time with that, but they're not giving him time to wrestle. Like he's not wrestling.
It's kind of funny because Mario said that Cross is better than Sami Zayn, and I'm like, I totally agree with that.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Same.
No, and then like it made me laugh that Mario said I'm a racist. Like, I'm not a racist. I just think that like the whole like like, listen, Jay Uso as a tag team wrestler is fantastic. As a single, left to be desired. But that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that you cannot like him, but I just think like for me, when he was IC champ, it was okay. But I just felt bad because that they kind of killed momentum with Braun Breaker. And then, to be honest with you, the best person on Raw, in my opinion, is Gunther. Fucking, even though I still think he should go back to being big fucking fat Walter, but health wise, he's
It is
better.
what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah,
It is what it is with that. You can't do nothing about that. That's
yeah, and then-
somebody
and
that
like
he
to me, like
chose.
what is it on SmackDown? Like my favorite wrestler, whatever, is like I feel bad because at this point he's just job guy, fucking Nakamura. Nakamura what was it, years back, had like the greatest momentum and everything like that. And to this day, I still say that he should have won that Mania against Styles for the belt. But of course, old previous administration, like, oh, that year's what was it? That year's Royal Rumble when both Asuka and fucking Nakamura won. I was the happiest dude in the world,
Like I
right?
was telling you earlier, before we got onto the show, I was
Yeah,
telling you, WWE is not going to push anybody to be super huge and to hold a title for a long time if they don't speak English.
Yeah. It's
Period.
true. It's damn true. Woo.
well,
Thank you.
I'm happy now that EO, that EO's still still women's champ. And then
Yeah, but they don't give her any matches. When was the last time you saw her in a fucking match?
well, damn, you're right. I was it Mania? Yeah.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
And then what was it for the
You've seen
SmackDown?
Tiffany Stratton with the other women's title more matches than Io Sky
Oh, that's because it's Tiffy time, Steve.
because she's American. She talks fucking English.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought for a
true.
second you were gonna say she talks American like Steve. No, but
I'm just calling a
well,
spade, dude.
no, but going to another Japanese work or whatever. I'm kind of happy that Julia got the, what is it, the Women's United States title. I just feel kind
Mhm.
of bad because it just seems like Selena Vega, they gave her like a little bit of burn. She got like at least like one or two defenses,
That was
and
bullshit.
yeah,
That
but
was bullshit.
I like, I
Julia's
don't like
great
I.
though.
No, I said though, like I said, I'm happy that they're trying to push Julia. I just feel kind of bad. It was in the expense of Selena Vega. Like, yes, I finally got something. Yeah, I'm so happy. And then afterwards, whatever, you can drop the Julia. Well, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have a they have an issue with it with things like that. It doesn't matter who's running it. it's that element's still there. They want it. They're doing it for what the fans want. No, that's not for the fans.
No.
The fans want, you know,
Well,
the fans want other people to be able to hold it. When you guys introduced me to Nakamura, I was blown away. And
He's great. Nakamura's fantastic.
it's back
yeah,
when Alex, colleague, and I had we were doing the original episodes of the
the Slamcast.
the Snapcast. Like, they introduced me to Nakamura when it was who did he face at NXT? That was like one of like the biggest matches of that night in Brooklyn.
Well, I remember it was him against Zayn. Like
Yeah.
I
You
think
know
it
what's funny?
was.
I watched that the other day.
And then
So that was
every
on
time they
Peacock. I
try
was
to
watching it.
repackage him, they just bury him. I'm like, we'll make him
Mm-hmm.
comic relief.
No, no,
Fucking
but I will say this though, and it's the truth. It's like he takes whatever they give him and he does as best as he could with it.
yeah,
You know,
Oh no, for sure,
not wrong.
and rightfully so. That's fine. That's
but
perfectly
then what I
fine.
feel bad for is that you have this dude that's like, like that did so much wonderful stuff in Japan, and then when he, like he was doing big things at NXT, and then when they pushed him up, it was like, it was like back and forth a bit, and then afterwards, whatever, it was just like nothing but like downhill. Like
They
it
put
was
him
like,
up. What his debut on SmackDown was against The Miz, if I'm not mistaken. It's just like, eh,
Yeah.
no, but what I feel bad for is, like I said, is like with Nakamura, whatever, like everything nowadays is like you want to push like a storyline or whatever for someone to go forward or whatever, yeah, put him against Nakamura.
Yeah. Mara's right. Nakamura in Japan was a beast.
Yeah,
yep,
and fucking legend out there, and like I said, it's just the thing that I do respect when it comes to him is that he is one of those dudes that will go out there like do the
He
the
rolls with the punches. He rolls with the punches.
no, no, but I'm
he,
talking about like like other than that, like he's the one that would like when they have like little events or whatever that he'll probably go like how the Miz does like publicity. There you go.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like he'll do all these things or whatever, and without a problem whatsoever. I mean, at this point, he's just living his best life. It's just I feel bad that they're burying him.
yeah,
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah,
Same thing with Oscar too. Again,
yeah.
Oscar's
Well, I
great.
remember Oscar just came back, and like the whole thing is this.
Yeah.
Remember, fucking 13 months, dude. Like and you already know like a knee injury or whatever, especially for like a repair.
Oh no, for
Shit.
sure. But again, Oscar is fucking great,
Oh,
and
dude,
she
she
deserves
is
a
my
little bit more. Yes.
she is my favorite like WWE woman's wrestler.
Hmm.
Um,
and
and then
it
and then the other one that I feel bad for is that for Natty is amazing, but then the thing is this with her, she is like to the point where she trains all the other up and coming
Yeah.
women.
She's
So like
she's not she's
like
not she doesn't want to be in the front of it everything anymore.
yeah,
right.
but I like honestly I think she should at least get like one more run with the title for like like maybe get like I would say 4 to 6 months at least one time. But of course, give her like a storyline so she could be on TV, other than backing up Tozawa with fucking Maxine Dupree and fucking Sheamus.
Other than having another fart scene.
Oh, dude, that's years ago. And that's when Late Cool was around. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I know.
But yeah, but there's like honestly another person who maximizes their minutes or whatever, but especially now because she got hurt recently is fucking Chelsea Green, which even though like a lot of the stuff is just like is comic relief, but she maximizes her minutes. So
She
Yeah,
does.
she's great. She's
I just feel kind of
fantastic.
bad for that. It like that it just seems like people like Piper Nevin and Alba Fire or whatever, you know, that they're talented, but they're like they're trying not to use them. But it was cool that I guess Chelsea was just like, no, I want them with part of me so they can get TV time too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
The secret Hervis is awesome.
yeah, I just feel bad because what was it? Isla Dawn with like her and Alba Phi were a good tag team, but they didn't get much stuff. It's like what like I felt bad for fucking what was it? Caden Carter and fucking Katana Chance that that they were like kept getting pushed to the background, that they were like there, here, and there, and then when they were kind of
Mm-hmm.
let go, it was just like I feel bad saying it, like you were kind of not surprised,
Yeah.
but but then of course other surprises, of course, like like you're like, damn, Shayna Baszler, that you did, you had so much potential with her, and at one point, what was it, an elimination chamber that she like, in that past thing, she eliminated everybody that 1 year.
Yep.
Yep.
And then after that, nothing. Fucking
Nothing.
crickets.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Speaking of crickets, it's time to get into geek shit.
Yeah.
Geek shit.
Good shit.
That was a good little transition, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good
Geek
shit.
shit.
Yes.
Oh.
So it's been a while since we actually have done some geek shit. So
Mhm.
being that it's an hour and 10 minutes into the show, instead of just going crazy on just wrestling,
So
you know,
fucking,
just talking about.
it was catching up, tangent,
Basically.
and then we
Yeah, but
did
then we
suplex
continue for like 15, 20 minutes almost on just wrestling.
a fucking suplex. It was like Inner City Geeks with a sandwich of a fucking suplex
Yeah,
City Geeks.
yeah, which is fine, I have no problem with that. But sometimes there's a little bit more than just wrestling.
Yeah.
Because
Oh
of
no, you're
course,
right.
wrestling is the shit. But people don't understand that. People don't get it. But that's okay. What the fuck? I'm sorry. You heard the children just screaming in the background?
Steve, let him out the basement.
No, they're not in my.
Oh no,
no.
I know those are the neighbors, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also have kids screaming outside.
Okay.
Maybe they're
I thought
screaming
it
at
was just maybe they're screaming through the computer to each other.
yeah, at each other.
Oh, that sounds
Yeah,
like a new horror movie premise or whatever. Screaming children in the
Mhm.
background.
ugh, that is pretty scary.
Oh no!
The movie's
Shut up.
the movie's title Epstein. No, it's not going there.
Oh, and the geek shall inherit the
Ooh.
earth. Ooh!
Canceled.
Oh my God! Yeah, canceled.
That's the one I meant to do, but I got the drum roll first.
Survey says that no.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Ah,
man, dude, I've missed this, man. Like
same.
yeah, just conversing with
Yeah.
you is always a pleasure. It's something I always
It's
look
always
forward
the
to.
fucking mess. It's always the
But
Mhm.
fucking
let's
mess.
get into some geek shit. Like, what's up,
Yeah, let's
dude?
get into
What's been
geek
going
shit.
on lately?
Of course.
Let's get into
We
geek shit.
knew.
Let's get into geek shit because it's like we could have a whole section of I missed this. I love you guys. And that'll be 20
Right,
minutes.
right. Yeah.
You
And
guys
then
are my best.
we pretty much like, oh yeah, we could have just recorded it as a regular title we usually do because by the time we get
Mhm.
there, it will be that.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mm.
You
Yeah.
guys are my best friends. With three of a kind, always sticking together.
Right. Exactly.
Or more like we're the three
So
best friends that anybody could have.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The
Yeah.
Hangover.
Hangover vibes.
K isn't
Yes.
nice.
So we know that they will be going forward with a Clayface movie for DC. We've said this for some time. We mentioned it a while ago.
Yeah.
Clayface is coming, which is awesome. We
he
finally got
better he
word
better
as
he
of
better ask for permission first.
yeah. We got word that Tom Reese Harris is going to be Clayface. Which is going to be interesting, and it's going to be directed by James Watkins,
Nice.
which is pretty cool.
And you know what I like?
John Reese Harris is Welsh. He's a Welsh.
You know what I like about this Clayface movie coming out. As we know, it's Mike Flanagan going to be the one scripting it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's inspired by the episodes of Batman the Animated Series. That two-parter, and where
Was
dude
it Feet of
becomes
Clay?
Clayface.
No.
Feet of Clay. It's inspired by Feet of Clay because that's his favorite fucking episodes.
It's a great fucking episode.
It's sad as fuck.
Dude, you know which
Yeah.
episode of like involving Clayface was like very sad other than that? Do you remember the New Adventures of Batman and Robin when Robin what is it, Tim Drake Robin comes to that little girl and finds out Clayface she's after. Then you find out that she's a part of Clayface when she realizes it.
Mm-hmm.
All
Mm-hmm.
right, fine.
Oh,
Yo,
dude,
Mm-hmm.
that like
that,
that ending was
I
just
just
like,
got
ooh.
chills.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
I
fucking
also,
great.
but before we continue, I also realized the older I'm 45 now, and the older I get, the more I've been ranting, and I've been sort of ranting as like if I'm Bill Burr.
Nice, good job,
Yeah, yeah.
good job, guy.
So it's a thing. It's
Yeah,
a thing now. It's a thing.
yeah,
So
it's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah,
The older you get, the more you yell at the clouds. I know.
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Fucking clouds. Anyway, so continue.
Get off my lawn. We're not touching it.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
Hmm.
also the director, the dude, Tom Reese Harris, he was actually in this show that Uma Thurman's in on Apple TV called Suspicious.
Okay,
Haven't seen it. Don't
me
know
neither.
anything about it. But he's also in this thing called The Return with Ralph Fiennes and Juliette Binoche.
So apparently
And
he can
he,
act.
yeah, apparently he's an actor.
He,
He's a guy. He's a guy that does
he's a
stuff.
guy who can act good, and he's in these shows with stars.
Yeah, with
Apparently, he
cool people.
does things.
He was in something with Guy Ritchie. He was in The Gentleman with Guy Ritchie. He was in that one.
The movie of the show.
The movie, I
Okay,
think.
because I
The
know the TV.
the porn parody. I don't know, Brian. What to tell you?
Because
And then,
because the gentleman's getting the second season is coming out soon for that.
oh, okay, okay. I
Which
didn't know
which
that.
which that was a fun series. But anyway,
The movie was good. I liked the movie.
I think I've seen the movie before.
Yeah. And then the director, James Watkins, is actually also did Speak No Evil, which is actually very good.
Nice.
I enjoyed that one. That was the one with Professor X, the young Professor X.
Oh
Um
right. Yeah.
McAvoy.
Yeah. James McAvoy.
Yes.
But that's good that he's a horror director,
Yes.
so that'll work so he'll know how to work
Mm-hmm.
around this. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Very exciting, very exciting.
Uh,
Uh
Speaking of Batman related stuff, since it's not on this list here of things, the script is complete for Batman 2.
oh yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
So that's
yeah.
nice. I really
It's
hope
about
they go the
time.
I hope they go the route of Mr. Freeze. That would be such a great story.
We can cross our fingers and hope. We can
Yeah,
cross
Hmm.
our
hopefully that
fingers
I
and hope.
enjoyed this one versus the one I didn't enjoy the first. The first the Batman.
I don't get how you don't like it. I still don't understand it.
Me
Oh,
But
neither.
okay,
dude.
it's fine.
I will
It's
not.
fine.
But I will
It's
say this
fine.
though: the Penguin series made me appreciate, at least appreciate the universe.
Penguin series
It's
was
fair.
brilliant.
It's fine. It is
Still,
absolutely.
still feel so terrible for Vic, man.
I know.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
had to
yeah. But
go.
you I was just about to say that. Like you know it was coming. You know it was gonna
He
happen.
Vic was loyal. Yeah. We had to go.
But he did it. He did it all for his ma. You know.
That's my
Yeah, I do it
Emma.
for ma. Hey ma. Um. But
Kid
yeah.
Penguin was still that was like a great choice for the kid.
Yeah, it was fucking fantastic.
You know what's
Hmm.
hilarious? How have you ever seen like the videos of when they were like setting up the kid to get ready, whatever, and the kid, just turned it on, and it was just like, damn, like that kid's gonna go places, because
Yeah, he was good. He was a
yeah,
good
Hmm.
kid. Yeah, but I'm excited for Clayface.
Hmm.
I'm very
I
intrigued
have.
by it. I'm hoping they do something.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
And
believe in
of course, excited for Batman 2, of course.
I believe
The
in Mike
Batman
Flanagan,
2.
so I'm sure it's gonna be great.
Yes, indeed, 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 indeed. And then some other news, some other funny sequel-y type news. Um, Harold and Kumar is getting another sequel.
I cannot believe this is actually happening. Because
Yeah, yeah,
the last one came out at least 20 years ago.
yeah, a
No?
long time ago.
15 years
Most
ago. It's the Harold and Kumar 3D.
Mm-hmm.
The Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the with a 3D dildo going across the screen.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess
It go
everything
it,
goes full circle,
it,
right?
it always
Yeah,
goes back to the car that Chase Steve checked.
yeah, 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 yeah.
uh,
I can see right now you're gonna have like that SpongeBob meme or whatever of with the fish going. I can explain.
A dildo still following me? Yeah, yeah, no,
um,
no, why?
and
That's one of the next horror movies or whatever. The
well,
dildo that follows.
well,
The dildo
I
follows.
Yeah, the dildo follows.
what I what makes Harold and Kumar 4 great is that John Cho and Cal Penn have been wanting to play these characters for as long as they can.
Of course, of course.
Um, John Cho, who is just great in everything he's in. Cal Penn sort of just stopped acting for a while to be more like on like the political side of things.
Hmm.
Uh, and
He was in Smile One. He was in the first Smile.
huh. Uh,
Was it a
it,
cameo or would he actually
No,
have like
he
a bit
was he was
like
a
a bit?
doctor. He was a doctor
huh.
in it. He was
Well,
the
he reprised his role like he did in House.
he was the higher up in what's her name? Kevin Bacon's daughter's job. He was a doctor there. Because
Okay,
Kevin Bacon's daughter, she's the main actress in it.
got it.
And
Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
Um,
good old lettuce, tomato, and bacon.
yeah,
uh, so
good old BLT.
John Cho, the last thing I saw him in was, and also goes to show you what I've been watching recently. He was in one of the latest episodes of Poker Face.
Ah, nice, nice,
Yeah,
nice, nice.
and he played a con man on that one episode like 2 weeks ago, and he was brilliant in there. But
Okay.
now I wonder, what's going to go on with this movie because uh, in 3D, uh, I forget, was he engaged or married to the neighbor from the first two movies?
I don't remember. It's been so
I mean,
long.
I probably try because he was trying to get into the good graces of her dad, played by Danny Trejo. That I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah, that I do remember.
And then he hasn't smoked weed in like forever, and then that's when
All the
Kumar was like,
floodgates are
"What?"
reopened.
Yeah, because remember they smoke one at the end. It was a gift by Santa Claus.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I guess now that the creators of that trilogy have a lot of free time on their hands because Cobra Kai and Karate Kid Legends, it's done.
Yes. So
You
yes,
know,
as the creators of Cobra Kai are the ones that are going to be writing Harold and
yeah,
Kumar.
they're reviving one of their biggest hits with a
Yeah.
fourth movie. And
Yes.
what what really sucks is that they never got a second season because Netflix is Netflix and doesn't give shit a chance. Archive 81. Um,
Yeah.
they uh they were the ones that created Obliterated, which Obliterated, if you haven't watched it, sadly it was only one season. It was about the CIA who it was like CIA and Homeland and like a bunch of like anti-terror organizations. They go to stop a nuclear weapon from going off. They succeed. They go to Vegas, no, they stop it in Vegas. They go and they party too hard, hence obliterated to the double entendre in that word, and basically they while they're high and drunk as fuck, including C. Thomas Howell, who's basically a corpse the whole movie, the whole
Nice.
season. Because it's like, oh, he took this drug and he was the bomb tech, but they have to like find the act. They get a phone call from their boss saying, "Hey, you know that nuke that you stopped?" They're like, "Yeah, that was a fake. The real one is set to detonate in X amount of time. You need to stop this thing." And it
Nice.
was a genius. It was a genius season, and I'm still angry that it didn't get a second season because it was just fun as hell.
Which
Um,
show was this again?
oh, Obliterated.
Okay, I gotta check that
Yeah,
out.
you should check out Obliterated. It was funny as hell. The chemistry between the actors was just awesome too. Let me pull this up real quick. I'll tell you who a brief thing who's in it. Um, all right. So the cast of characters. Come on, load. So uh, one of the main actors in that was Nick Zano. You know him from fucking Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, 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 I know
Yeah,
that guy.
yeah. Terrence Terrell, he was and a ton of things. C. Thomas Howell, Jason Mantzoukas, uh,
Of
Carl
course,
Lum,
Jason Mantzoukas is the man.
yeah, Carl Lumbly,
Okay.
who you know from fucking Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Captain America 4.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and there's a bunch of other familiar faces that like you might not know their names. You'd be like, oh, I've seen him in that thing, or I've seen her in that thing. And it was
Oh,
fun.
you always talking about character actors like, oh, I know who that is. I've seen them in
Yeah,
ba ba ba. Yeah.
yeah. So like, it's definitely worth checking out. Obliterated is funny as hell.
And it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
Yes, on Netflix.
Yeah, the streaming
Very
site
cool.
that we pay a lot for that cancels things that we like.
Yeah. Da-dum.
That's their choices. Dum dum for canceling shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
that's what they do.
Do you
That's what they
remember
do.
the old joke in South Park or whatever that if you would like you want to get a show lit like you call Netflix, welcome to Netflix, you're greenlit.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And another thing that's been greenlit that's pretty interesting
Ooh, good segue.
is a very young Frankenstein,
All
which is a
right.
Oh, the Del
series
Toro.
from Mel Brooks.
I thought you were talking about the Guillermo del Toro movie.
No, no, no. A
Oh
very
no, no,
young
no.
Frankenstein.
It, yeah, Mel Brooks just turned 99.
He's fucking all the shit, dude.
He's old.
And
Yeah,
he's still all there, like in the sense of like
yeah. He still
Yeah,
has it. He hasn't
yeah.
lost a single. He hasn't missed a beat. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, we're getting. But also, it's not on the list, and it's a good segue to this. We're not only getting a very young Frankenstein thing happening from his brain. We are getting Spaceballs 2,
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that one.
and
dude,
the
have you
entire.
been hearing the stuff online that they're saying that if he doesn't call it the Schwartz Awakens or whatever, he's missing an opportunity?
But the fact that he's gonna come back
Yogurt.
as yogurt, yeah.
It's
Um,
fucking great.
and I mean, they Rick Moranis is coming out of acting retirement to replay Dark Helmet.
Mm-hmm.
The man didn't come back to play Lewis Tully for a Ghostbusters sequel, but he chose to
Yeah.
come back for Mel Brooks. And I'm like, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Um, but also maybe come back for a Ghostbusters thing later. Um, but
Oh, that would be
like,
fantastic. Please,
I
please,
know,
please.
but like, uh, we're getting returning cast members: Rick Moranis, Mel Brooks, Bill Pullman, Daphne Zuniga.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting was it Tiffany Haddish? No, no, no. It's Kiki Palmer. She's gonna be replacing Joan Rivers as like I guess like the
Oh,
daughter
Dot.
robot. Yeah. And then we're getting Josh Gad, who's co-writing this movie, who's Barf Jr. Uh, we're
Nice.
also getting we're also getting a father and son team up because Lewis Pullman is also in this movie,
Nice.
and
Very
like
cool.
I cannot wait. And like this, you know what? Before we continue, share on the screen. They shared the the intro, the scroll. That's how they announced it.
Really?
Yes, so
I
you
did
need to
not
put
know
this
that.
on. You need to put this on like now.
Wow. I demanding Brian or whatever. Jesus,
Right?
fucking Christ, man.
The Bryce demandings. What is it?
Just type in Spaceballs 2,
Electric Boogaloo.
and you should see the thing pop up for scroll.
For a ninja scroll? The
Ooh,
announcement.
good night, everybody.
Ninja scroll is the best, dude. Okay, hold on. I found it. It's for Amazon Studios. Un momento,
Uh-huh.
por favor. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. This is a great thing.
I mean, it's great if you're watching the video, but for the podcast, we're gonna have to get a
Oh,
written
they'll be
version.
fine. They'll be fine. The Prometheus, a kind of alien movie. Nice, nice. I like it. I like it. Until now.
After 40 years, we asked, what do the fans want? But instead, we're making this movie. May the
Force
Schwartz
Awakens.
be with you.
Nice, nice. I'll take it.
So you see, after a minute long of whatever the hell that theme song was to listeners, they heard Mel Brooks.
Yeah,
there.
it was the yeah, exactly. That was perfect.
So yeah. So for those of you listening, just Google it.
That was the scroll. That was the scroll.
Watch the scroll for
the
Spaceballs 2.
Just like the Star Wars, the opening scroll. They did that for Spaceballs, and it's fucking great. I'm talking about all the sequels and everything that's been done before, and everybody wanted a sequel. We are actually getting one for this now too. 40 years later.
They should call it Spaceballs 2: The Search for More Money.
Oh yeah, that was the joke in the original movie.
Or the running joke. The running joke outside of the movie was call it Spaceballs 3: The Search for Spaceballs 2.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great too.
No, but I like the in the thing is they had that joke of the Swartz Awakens. Like I was like, if you don't name the movie that, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, that's allegedly that's the title. So you're not wrong. So back to Young Frankenstein. According to this, is basically saying that the description of this is inspired by Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein. Previously on What We Do in the Shadows, Colin Robinson, the guy that plays Colin Robinson, is going to be the main character for this, and he was turned into the baby, and he has to grow up again, which is why it's called a very young Frankenstein. So it's going to be interesting. He's growing up knowing everything that he knows, but okay, I'm down for it. It's from Mel Brooks. It's going to be an interesting series. So I'm down for it again, like I said. It should be cool. Should be interesting for the least,
It should be entertaining.
Entertaining, yes. Very entertaining. Yes. Then continuing with stuff. Of course we're fans of Spider-Mans and stuff. We know that there's going to be another Spider-Man coming, and it's going to be Spider-Man: A Brand New Day. But we got news that one of our favorites, one of the dudes that we've been like just having a good time with for a very long while. Um, John Bernthal will be joining Tom Holland Spider-Man, and I am very, very excited for this. Because I'm pretty sure you guys are. Because he's fucking great at what he does.
You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember the Spider-Man cartoon from, what was it, the 90s? That when they had Punisher there, they had to like water him down so hard. But it's
Mm-hmm.
still Punisher. But
Mm-hmm.
instead of like guns that kill people, whatever, I'm gonna shoot rope, net rope guns and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember. I remember. But yeah, this should be pretty fucking interesting. And like I'm very, very excited for this because of course, I'm a fan of the Burns. I'm a fan of the Punisher. So damn good. He's a really good person. He's a really good actor. So everything that he does, I'm down for. I haven't seen anything that's like, oh my god, it's not good that he's done. Have you? Have you seen anything, Alex or Brian? That's like, oh, this is dog shit that he's done.
No, I actually like it was kind of funny. Like, remember, I think we talked about it before. It's like I actually liked him as in that role of Peter Butter Falcon too. Like even that, I liked him that he was in.
Dude, he was great in that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get it right. The Peanut Butter Falcon. You gotta say
Same
the movie right.
difference. Same difference. But yeah, he's good at what he does. So like, this is exciting to see him actually pull out. Bringing back the Punisher in this
But what is supposed
new
to come out
Spider-Man movie.
before? Is it supposed to be that one-off, whatever Disney Plus special, or this, his
I
this
don't know.
this
I don't know.
role that
Probably
he's gonna be in?
both. Probably they're probably gonna come out the same time. For all we
Okay.
know. I don't know what order they're gonna come out in, but it's gonna come out and it's gonna be there and we're gonna love it. Because that's what we do. Or we're gonna hate it, because that's what we do too. We either love it or we hate it. Some in betweens, some mess, but when it comes to John Bernthal, about 99% of the time it works every time.
60% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
No, for him it's 99% of the time it works every
Oh,
time.
okay. All right. It's like, yes, he's not Sex Panther.
No, no. But yeah, this is gonna be dope. This is gonna be cool. I'm curious to see what they're gonna do with it and see how he's gonna fit into it. Because of course, he is one of those, down to earth kind of guys. Punisher doesn't fly around do shit. He's on the ground. So it'd be good to finally see Punisher. I mean, not just Punisher, but like Spider-Man on the ground, doing shit on the ground, and not just flying around the world and the universe and shit. Just stay to Earth, dude. But yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Everybody else in space. Let me just stay here.
Yeah, just stay here. Just stay here. You've gone around too far. You've gone too far. That's why he's been far from home. No more far from home. He's gonna stay home. It's a brand new day because you're gonna be home.
No, I was gonna say joke around. Then what if they go for the next one ever? It's like, Homeward Bound. And it's like he's gonna be accompanied by a dog, like two dogs and a cat.
Yeah, that's gonna be that sounds about right. I'm down for it. That tracks.
Can we get Michael J. Fox to reprise his role as that dog?
Yes.
But we're gonna have to get a new dog because God, we already know since this movie's ages ago that dog is in past.
Yeah. Long time ago, galaxy far, far away. Yeah.
Oh man.
So cool. We got some trailers, of course. We have a bunch of things happening.
Ooh, I like trailers.
Yes, me too. I enjoy trailers. We got a trailer for Sandman season 2, which is very fucking cool. It's about time we get a trailer for that shit. Because of course we knew it was happening, but then Neil Gaiman got into some shit. So we were like, what the fuck is gonna be happening with this? When is it gonna come out? When is it gonna happen? We thought it was completely canceled, of course, because Neil Gaiman was being a dum-dum.
No, I was gonna say, like, you thought it was gonna be canceled because he got canceled.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But thankfully, the studio's like, yeah, no, we filmed it, so we're gonna put it out, and we're gonna get the season 2. This may just be the end of it though, because it looks like in this trailer there. Let's just watch it.
like the
I
like
was
the,
gonna
the
I was gonna explain it, but let's just watch it. Let's see what we're headed into.
okie doke.
Have you seen season 1, Alex?
I did.
Okay, what did you think of season 1?
It was a fun watch. The what is it? The cat episode is still kind of weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's a very weird
But I will say
episode.
this though. What was it the episode with when they're in the serial killer convention?
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that one was like out there, like, but in a good way.
Yeah, of course. All right, let's watch this trailer.
It has begun.
It has begun.
Dream is returning to heaven.
Lord Morpheus comes to us in a futile attempt to free one he loves from our domain. Hell is anticipating his visit most avidly.
Nada loved you. She was right. It is wrong for us to get involved with them. You know that.
If I have committed a wrong, I must make it right.
When one of the endless changes, that changes everything.
Prepare yourself, Dream. The end is coming. Everyone loves a good story. But all stories come to an end.
Everyone here seems to not notice or care. The world is ending.
We did have some good times, didn't we? You cannot save yourself now.
The dreaming will survive. Even if I did not.
It's next weekend. That looks awesome.
And next weekend is the like that they're gonna bring back the the second season of Dandaran. So that was just like when I saw that date, I was like, oh, okay, two things I can get into. All right.
Yeah.
Wait, was Mario saying that I sound like I didn't like it?
Yeah, that's what he said.
You know what it is? Like I did enjoy it, but I feel bad. I've seen so many different things. I kind of forgot like a lot of stuff that happened in that series. I may just
It's
have to like,
understandable.
like I may have to just go back,
Give it a quick little rewatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Because I still remember what was it? The episode with with Death.
Mm-hmm.
That explaining like like everything like you could live what is it for that whole speech that was a beautiful speech too like
Mm-hmm.
oh man like it was one of those things where like yeah that would take a toll on a lot of people too.
Yeah. It's so good. There's so much shit in that shit. I'm like, oh my god. It makes me so happy. So I'm very curious to see what they're gonna do with it and how they're gonna make this all work and how they're gonna pretty much put it together.
The Sandman was a fun first season, and it sucks that it only got a sec. I mean, it sucks that the second season became the final season because of all the bullshit behind the guy who created it.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. Like,
yeah,
we thought it was gonna be no more, but the fact that we're doing it just a little bit.
Yeah, well, remember they invested a good amount of money in it, so of course they're gonna try to get what they can. But if I'm correct, isn't that this season or whatever they kind of like he didn't have like too much input on it this time because of what happened?
I don't know. I think it was already filmed by then.
Oh, okay.
Or it might have been. It was mostly finished, and then all the shit happened. All the shit happened, and you're like, oh well.
We'll keep going without you, guy. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks that it sucks that they have to cancel it, and or they had it, be the finale with the
Mm-hmm.
season, because it was just so well written, so well acted, the musical score, and I still think the saddest episode on the entire Sandman first season was the episode with the Grim Reaper.
Mm-hmm. Yep, absolutely. It was very sad, but it was so great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good shit. It's good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'm very, very excited to see what they're gonna do with it.
And speaking of like crazy awesome shows to hit Netflix, uh do we know if we're getting a second season of Cabinet of Curiosities?
I don't know,
Or,
dude.
or like did they just pull it?
I don't know. I don't
Because
know.
I mean, when did that come out? 2022?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was good. Like, there were, I mean, some were better than others, but I
Yeah, but
mean,
it's like any anthology.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But no,
Look,
it's all
look at
good.
that. We're getting a cameo by Brian's kids.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So we got 2 more trailers to go through. So let's watch the trailer for Naked Guns. Okay. So we're gonna watch the trailer for Naked Gun 2. Hold on.
Did you also want to maybe show the final trailer for Fantastic Four, or no?
Oh yes, they did do another one too.
They did the final trailer, the final trailer.
Yes, that looks awesome. Okay, let's do Naked Guns. Let's watch it, and then we'll do the Fantastic Fours. Hold on, let's do this.
Thanks. Once you kill a man for revenge, there's no going back. A voice in your head sang over and over, "That was awesome."
Who are you?
Drebin. Detective Frank Drebin. Thanks.
Police Squad has always been the elite of the elite.
Hi, Daddy. It's me, Frank Jr. Love you.
Hey, Dad. Boy, do I miss you.
Are the best of the best.
I need this one immediately.
They're alive, man.
Please, business. I'm gonna ruin another suit.
Over here, Lieutenant. I think someone murdered my brother.
Please, take a chair.
Thank you.
I'll find them. This is what I do. Says you served 20 years for man's laughter. You mean manslaughter? Must have been quite the joke.
Pretty cool buzzing rhymes in it.
They're going to shut down Police Squad if you do not solve this case. Do this by the book.
Show a little respect.
Why? Who's gonna arrest me? Other cops?
Yes.
Is she serious?
Is he serious?
No.
Seems Mr. Drebin might be more of a problem than we thought. I want you to keep an eye on him.
I'm gonna disgusting.
Rest assured, I won't stop until I've found justice.
What do you want, little one?
Your ass. Nobody messes with Police Squad.
We've upgraded your car with the most advanced crime-fighting tech.
Drive forward 30 feet. Pretty smooth.
Oh!
This place is falling apart.
That looks fun as hell, dude.
It does.
I am like so excited for it, dude.
But you know how like every Liam Neeson movie since the Taken trilogy has just basically been another Taken movie? This is kind of like Taken the parody.
Man. Yeah.
I mean,
it looks it's so good.
So
It looks
you
so
said
good.
that it's going to be the Taken gun.
Yes, it's the Taken gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love it if he's like, I need you need a specific. I got a specific set of skills. If he says that line in this fucking movie, that'd be fucking great.
You know what really gets me that, even though I know like, it's like ages, but it's like Pam Anderson, like you realize like, damn, she's getting up there too.
And that's like
Well,
the first time,
yeah.
and that's the first time she's had makeup on since her no makeup
Mm-hmm.
thing. She's
Mm-hmm.
being natural. I'm like, you go.
Yeah. I'll take
Um,
it, dude.
yeah. But I mean, shit. Taken was 20. It was 2009.
I know, a long time ago.
Yeah, that's
A
15 years ago.
long time ago. Jesus Christ, yeah. Yeah, that's a long time.
It's a fucking long time.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no bueno.
2009. Since then, I've morphed into Penguin and Bill Burr.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, shit.
Jeez. It's crazy. So, another trailer we got a full trailer for fucking Toxic Avenger. So good. So let's watch that shit.
Starring
Finish
Peter
with the
Dinklage, right?
Yes.
Bite-sized Toxie.
Yeah.
Extremists have taken hostages downtown. Somebody do something!
Wait! Stop! We'll get to all of that. Just relax, okay?
We'd lost Shelly a year ago. These days, it's just me and the kid.
It looks great.
Not just scrape off the black part. That part's pretty good.
No, give him back.
I don't want to hurt him.
Why didn't you?
Sometimes it's better to do nothing.
It's going good.
You're saying that this corporation would knowingly poison its own customers just to boost their own profit margins?
Sounds about right.
Nuts.
Okay, summoning the nuts.
I didn't want any of this. I'm a monster.
And Elijah Wood is a bad guy?
Monster.
Mm-hmm.
Show him you're good-hearted.
Hey, buddy, I'm your dad.
What the?
I wasn't even involved. But sometimes you gotta do something.
Who the fuck are you?
Just some dude with a mouth.
I'm screaming the pain, holding hands after God.
How does it feel to be a hero?
A simple melody.
Do you realize what's at stake here?
Kevin Bacon.
Find him, bring him here.
There you are.
Only the good things in life, that's all that matters.
That was just self-defense. You haven't killed anyone else, have you?
See, when you say self-defense,
He's an ugly son of a bitch, though.
It's all that matters to me.
I love it.
The Toxic Avenger.
That's what the kids are calling him. I think it's swell.
I think it's swell too. It looks awesome.
I wouldn't pay
I
to
can't
see
wait.
it, but it looks fun.
You know what's funny? I would definitely pay to see this. This is very much up my alley.
Dude, remember, I am I am a fan of the series. I even
Oh, no, for
I
sure.
love the cartoon that they had. Back in the 90s.
Yeah. In the 90s. A long time ago.
Oh,
This
man.
looks fun. This looks really cool.
The
I am
fifth-
down for it.
The 5th installment, the reboot.
I'm down for it, dude. I can't wait. Cannot wait. And
You
then
know,
one
we hella-
one more thing that I can't wait for.
Oh,
And
dude,
what
I was
else?
just
What
thinking
else?
right
What else?
now that I was just thinking like, since this is original, Troma character, it'll be hilarious if somehow in this movie they incorporate like other little Easter eggs or like different Troma things. Like somehow they
Kabuki
bring
Man.
out Sergeant Kabuki Man NYPD. Still to this day, one of my favorite fucking random ass theme songs.
It's great. It's great. So, final trailer for the week. It's the new trailer for the Fantastic Four. First Steps.
Nice.
It looks great. Let's do it. Why am I whispering? I don't know, but I like it.
Anticipation.
Just around the world, please welcome the Fantastic Four. Mr. Fantastic. Invisible Woman. Human Torch.
I love you, Johnny.
And the Thing.
Hey, what time is it? Say the thing.
That's not really something I say.
It's clobbering time.
That's just in the cartoon. Never late for Sunday dinner. Let's eat.
Hey, what time is it?
It's dinner time. Get inside.
I herald his beginning. I herald your end. I herald Galactus.
What is that? Get us out of here, Ben! Hold on! Are we safe?
I don't know.
The clock is ticking. We are going to find a solution. We are going to make it right.
You don't want to just crush him?
I like that. The four of us will face the danger. We will protect you.
Family. It's about connecting to something bigger than yourself. We'll face it together. As a family.
What time is it, Ben? No. What time is it, Ben? No, Johnny. Say it! I don't wanna! Say it!
Yes, please.
Right?
Yes,
and
please.
thing with the beard.
Yeah, thing with the
Yeah.
Steve beard.
Yeah. It's quite incredible.
Dude, I love the running joke of
What time is it?
go ahead.
What time
Yeah,
is
what
it?
time is it? Right.
It's dinner time.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I thought it was hilarious. The other little subtle joke or whatever, it's family, family, and then they show the car. They show the car right after.
Yep.
Like,
Family. It's fucking great. I cannot wait. I forgot to mention that I went to the movies with the girls a couple times. I saw How to Train Your Dragon. This trailer came on before it. And Ariana, she was like, "Oh my god. Fucking wildest thing I've ever seen. I've never seen my daughter act that way. And I fucking loved it. Never seen her be so excited for a trailer ever.
The way the Fantastic Four final trailer has hit me in all those like nostalgia moments. I think it's gonna hit me the same way that the first Iron Man did.
Yep.
Or like that first Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Like even that first Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. It's just like those are the top moments in because the Thor trailer was kind of meh. Avengers is cool, but there's just certain in Captain America, okay, but core elements in trailers that make you go, okay, this movie's gonna be the thing or it.
I see what Brian did there.
But you know what I love? I love in that original trailer that that Ben is the chef
Yep.
and is Evan Moss Bachrock.
Yep. Yep.
That's like his
Fucking
cousin.
fantastic. It's fucking fantastic, dude.
Mhm.
I fucking love it.
The
I
Fantastic
am
Bear.
excited. I am excited for this, and especially it's like this is at the time this is a standalone movie,
Mm-hmm.
and I am loving also the fact that I am really digging Silver Surfer.
There was all that hate when it was female Silver Surfer, but she's uh pretty,
She's falling into place, dude.
No, what
and
really gets me is this: is like if I'm correct, don't they have a male and female Silver Surfer?
Yeah,
yes.
So I think it's fair. Like like hey, it's like it's not really gender swapping because there is a female Silver Surfer.
yeah,
And
exactly.
you know what's gonna happen? They're gonna ask her a thing, and because it's Julie Gardner, she's gonna go, I don't know shit about fuck.
Yeah, I don't know nothing. I know nothing.
No,
She
well,
was. I mean,
I know that we're gonna get that fucking. He's gonna say at least once in a movie, but it's gonna be like one of those things where everyone's kind of like waiting for it, and then he's gonna just say it's clobbering time. Ah! Everybody's just gonna fucking freak out when he finally
Yeah,
says
that's
it.
gonna be the last thing he's gonna say in the fucking movie. He's like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna do it anyway. But this looks awesome. This looks really
or
fucking cool.
what if it's like a cutaway? Like, what time has it been? It's
Credits.
Oh, that would be fantastic, dude. I love
No,
it.
but then you have to stay all the way to the end so you can hear clobbering time.
when he's literally like hitting
Fantastic
it.
Four, the Fantastic
Yeah.
Four will return.
Yeah, yep.
Oh man,
That's so cool. So cool. So cool. Yeah. So that pretty much wraps it up for the show. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for guys for listening to us talk for 2 full hours. Greatly appreciate you guys again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys check out all the stuff. Inner City Geeks, of course, and InnerCityGeeks.net. We have a whole bunch of shit sometimes. Of course, mostly what we have right now is a bunch of fucking comics because of what anime world and manga times over Mario.
Yeah, Mario, whatever, working, fucking the workworkhorse of the group
He's
right
going
now.
ham, dude. He's going ham.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Mario,
he's got all
we
that
were
shit
like,
over
Mario,
there.
you got stuff? He goes, do I?
I do a lot of stuff. He even has a new little short where he's talking about the weekly comics that he's getting for his weekly haul. So he's doing those too. So make sure you check all that shit out. Of course we have Comics Also Warning. I mean, all that stuff over there. We also have the old episode of this show. Old episodes of other shows that we had on there, and a bunch of other shit. Check out all the stuff over there. Prices Represents also. The Slamcast, also fucking
Turntable.
That we do Turntable. So many shows, so many things that we have there. The horror show that I did with Mario, I believe that we did this past year. So much shit, so much stuff. Our wrestling show, Suplex City Geeks is there. So much stuff again. We got a whole bunch of shit over there. Check all that shit out.
Countless hours of
Countless
screen
hours
time.
of us just talking. Just us talking. But yeah, check all that shit out over there. Make sure you also check our socials, of course. Actually, you can find the show on, of course, Spotify. Best place to find anything is Spotify.
Motherfucking Spotify.
You can also find us on iHeartRadio, which is a great place to be also. Pandora, Amazon,
Amazon Music and Audible.
Yeah, and Audibles. Yes. Cool places as well. But then you can find us on the socials again. At InnerCityGeeks on Instagram, on Twitter as well, InnerCityGeeks, as well as on Facey Space. So facyspace.com/InnerCityGeeks.
You know, it'd be kind of
And
funny
we
if
get-
nobody understands the joke, of Facey Space, but it's just like, yeah, Facebook, like, that's just
yeah, they'll be okay. They'll be okay. They'll be all right.
that, like, those who listen understand.
Yeah, exactly. Well, just think about it. What other social network has a fucking face in it, you know?
Yeah.
Brian, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me all over the place. Check me out because I'm looking good at 45.
Woohoo!
Uh,
Sexy boy.
Find me on all the things. Check me out on Twitter and Blue
No
Sky.
reaction. Sure.
I know.
I love how you just killed your joke, your momentum.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was like,
yeah.
"No, I like the Kurt Angle one. I'm just a sexy Kurt, sexy Kurt. I make your ankle hurt, ankle hurt."
Continue, bro. Continue.
Threads, Blue Sky, Twits, Insta, all that shit at Bright2J Presents. You could go on YouTube and watch old videos. I never posted it, but I'm announcing that I'm retiring from toy videos.
No, man, no.
There's other people that do it better, and there's people that have more time.
Fair.
And I'm gonna revamp the channel. I'm not getting rid of it. I'm not getting rid of bright2jpresents.com. They're just gonna be repackaged at some point. Stay tuned.
Brian's do stuff.
And Brian does things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna repackage the whole thing and just call it I Am Steve.
The intro. La 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 lava chicken.
So I got plans happening. Things are just in my head of like, okay, what if I do this instead? You'll know more as I know more. But that's the stuff.
Yes, Brian is very sad. Mario is very sad.
I know. Call the new website nobody.com.
How many O's?
What? How many H's does he put? Like 6. So about that many O's.
Yeah, that's about right. All right, so Alex, where you can find you, sir?
You can find me on Twitter at Denied, DINYED, and on Instagram at Denied, DIN_Y_ED. Where can we find you, Mr. Steve, good sir?
You guys can find me everywhere at Mr. Jackal, MISTERJACKAL. Literally everywhere. Everywhere. You can find me with that. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for checking out the show. Greatly appreciate you guys every single time that we have a show. Give it a moment to just listen to us. Just ramble around. But thank you guys for listening again. And don't be a dick. But always remember that the geeks shall inherit the earth.
Oh, boy.